Hi, everyone. Hope you're doing very well. Happy day. Happy. Hope everyone is doing very, very well. This is Patty with Patty Life Coach. It's another day. It's another beautiful day. It's another video. And I hope you guys enjoy the videos that I make. I try not to make them that extensive so that way at least you don't get bored. I always try to bring different topics so that way we're able to share a lot of things, or I like to share a lot of things. And as I always mention, I always interview special people. When I say special people, and I always mention it on my videos, that means every single human is special, right? So with that, I don't want to take much time, but this time, as you see, I'm by myself in the camera. Okay, that doesn't mean that the video is just going to be me. However, I do have a special guest. This special guest is camera shy. So I do respect the fact that sometimes, my guests want to participate in being in the camera. And then I have guests that they are camera shy, but that doesn't mean that, we are going to be doing a very good, very, very good conversation, right? So in this case, what I wanted to do is you're going to be listening to this person. Once again, she's not going to be on camera, but today's topic is going to be about someone that loves pets. How about that? And why do I want to talk about this topic? It's because now, during this time, I think that having a pet is so important. Now, these days, doing a lot of the world has changed. As you know, the world has changed. Now, everyone either they have a baby or they have pets. But not to say that is not. I love pets. I do want to say, but I think that the reason why I chose this person is because I've known this person forever, a very, very marvelous person. And she really, really, really has a lot of care, loving, loving care for pets. I've known this person my whole lifetime. And I really wanted to interview her because I always wanted to know what made her have that love for animals. So in this case, hi, how are you?
I'm fine.
Good. Um, thank you so much for actually being here with me. And I know that you are camera shy, but as you know, I love you so much. You're a very dear person to my heart. But I really wanted to make this video with you, and just to kind of want to share something, in the sense like if you don't want to say your name, it's okay. But I'm gonna just go straight to the topic, so that way we can at least let everyone know, about the conversations that we're going to be talking. And one of the things that I've always wanted to ask you, since I've known you forever, is why do you love pets?
Well, I mean, I love pets since I was a child because, when I was growing up, we had, at home, we had chickens, we had dogs, we had cats. And, I don't know, I just love pets. I feel like, and every time that my dad will bring pets, most of the time I was the one who will take care of them, feed them, wash him. I don't know. It's just grew up in me. And then they used to tell me when I was growing up, oh, probably you like pets, you like animals because probably you might not be able to have kids. But I said probably I don't know. So time went by, and and then as time went by, I got more attached to dogs because I think dogs they react more. It feels like they have cats, they're good, but when you come home, they're like, oh, whatever, you're. But a dog, no, a dog, when, the dogs, when you take care of them, they sense that when you're going to be home. And as soon as you come home, they're at the door waggling their tail, wanting them to carry, they want you to carry them because, they get really happy when you're at home.
Yeah.
So I think that's my preference is, I love all animals, but my preference is dogs because of that reason, because, you can feel that, they get happy and they love you, and they're always with you.
That's good.
I think that's the reason I like animals. So and when time went through, went by, I couldn't have kids. So probably people were right when they were saying, oh, probably you're not going to be able to have kids. Doesn't mean you're so attached to, that you love animals. And,
Yeah.
that could be possible that, that was true, but you never know. It might have been just a coincidence.
Yeah, well, that's very interesting how you mentioned that since you were a little girl, you actually had that feeling towards animals, that like the caring nurture. It's interesting. I'm kind of interested to know why would someone say, that probably you were going to have kids, especially at that early age that you already started caring for animals, because I think that a lot of people that actually, I know them that they have both. They have children and they have animals, right? But I think that mostly, my opinion would be a coincidence, but it seems like I definitely believe that somehow our creator did give you that special love for animals, for pets. One of the things that you mentioned is dogs. So you mentioned about having a dog and having a cat, and talking about dogs. Come here. Oh, look. So here we have Bonita. Yes, she heard her name. And so you mentioned about dogs, right? So, and you mentioned about why you mostly like dogs rather than cats. Would you be able to share with me like you throughout your life having a dog, and how you felt about the dog, and also what did you see in this dog that really kind of struck you, and knowing that they care?
Okay, well, I always had pets, but because, I always was working, I will see them when they were growing up, but not really because I was always working. So I will only see them at night. But, I live in another state. And when I moved back to California, we got a Chihuahua, and she was like about probably like 6 weeks when we got her. And since I was not working, I kind of, and I had the time to raise her.
Yeah.
I noticed that they're like kids because, I think they chew on stuff because they're teething, they're like babies. They teeth and they chew on stuff. And, and I noticed that they're like kids because, they want attention, and they're always chewing on stuff because of the teething, and then, since I had time, I was getting up at night, like 2 or 3 times, to take her out to the bathroom just to make sure, to show her that, she needs to go to the bathroom outside. And during the day, I will take her out as soon as I was watching her and she wanted to pee, I will take her outside and try to show her. And finally, one day, all of a sudden she started, going outside. So, and since I was not working for almost 2 years, I noticed that they're like kids, they're like babies. That's when I realized, they're like babies because, they need attention. But when I was busier, when I had dogs before, I was attached to them, but not as, and I couldn't see that, they're like babies because I didn't have the time.
I see.
Until when I was at home and I didn't work for 2 years, then I noticed, oh yeah, they are like little babies because they need a lot of attention, they teeth, and all that stuff.
So very, very interesting how you were able to discover that, pets are like babies. So at a point, your pets that you had throughout your life, they grew to be old and mature. Did you see a difference between when they were babies and now that they become adults? Do you see them a different way that they care for people, or do you see them the same way?
No, I see them the same way because, the last one that I had, that's the one that I was at home like almost 2 years not working.
Yeah.
And then, that one, I saw her when she was a baby, teething and everything. And I had surgery and she was very protective of me. Only me and her will have to be in the room. And if anybody will come in, she will get like protective, like, go away. I don't want you guys next to her. And I had a surgery. And when I had the surgery, she was with me night and day.
Wow.
The only time she will go, downstairs, because I live in a 2-story house. She will go downstairs to pee, to eat. And right away, as soon as she will go back, she will go back and take care, like, she felt like she needed to take care of me because, I had surgery and she was very protective of me.
Wow.
and I know, once they start getting older, they start getting more like, they want to sleep more, then her eyes, she started having problems with her eyes. And then her teeth, they started like having cavities, and I feel like it's like a human. They're babies, they're in their prime, and then when they start getting older, it's like humans, we start getting
Problems,
tired,
aches.
and pains, and
Yeah.
we get sick.
Yeah.
So I really got attached to her because we were basically together like 10 years, until she passed away. She
Wow.
got sick and we had to put her away because she was getting like, I don't know, kind of kidney stones, and we did surgery like 2 times, and the second time, it didn't even lasted a year before she got sick again. So
Yes.
we put her to sleep because it was very sad to see her, even though even if she was sick, when I was coming home, she will have the courage to show me that she was not in pain.
Oh.
Because she will waggle her tail, and she was like, "Oh, you're home." And sometimes, she, we will go for walks, and she will, even when she was sick, she will still be all like acting like a baby, wanting to go for the walks.
Wow.
So, it was, so that was the last pet that I had.
And since then, since you went through a whole process with her, how do you feel now? Have you grieved enough, or because I believe it hasn't been that long, right?
Yeah, it's been like probably like a year and a half that
wow.
she passed away. So right now I don't feel like having a pet right now because of that reason. And right now I'm working, and when they get sick, they need attention. They're like they're like kids. To me, they're like babies.
Yeah.
And as and babies need care, and dogs need care too. I will do everything for her.
So it seems that I hear you speak, and I can really feel the love that you really have towards pets, and especially since your experience you've had dogs. So I'm going to go ahead and ask you this question. Obviously, if you want to share, fine, because I always like to get point of views. Probably it won't make sense, the question that I'm going to ask you, but one of the questions is, so what do you not feel, but what do you think when you hear about dog violence, like not domestic violence, but when it comes to cruelty, animal cruelty? Sometimes that people will have, they like pets, but they don't have the time of taking care of the pets, or they get abandoned, or you see so many things. And even I don't want to disrespect anyone, with a lot of respect, but then we have countries, right, that they actually don't take an animal as what sometimes other people take them. They actually do a lot of animal cruelty, and I think that that must be very hurtful, I guess, especially like in your case that you love pets, right? Would you like to share something about what you think about?
Yeah, I feel, when I see that in a commercial, or when I'm looking at social media, how they treat them, how they're skinny, how they sometimes have a lot of fleas because they don't take care of them. I feel really sad for them. I feel like, that shouldn't be happening. And even here, when I see a homeless person with an animal that is with dogs, that they're in the heat or the cold, I feel so bad for them. Saying, that's how much a dog loves their owner, no matter where they're at. They're faithful and they're loyal and they're there with them. But when I see especially dogs be mistreated like that, or people that they don't really care for them, it really bothers me.
Yeah.
It really hurts me because I feel like they're like us. They're cold, they're hungry. Even when my family have pets, I tell them, when it's too hot, bring them in. It's too hot. Or when it's cold, freezing, I tell them, bring them in.
Wow.
Because they're cold, they're hot, they're they have feelings like we do. So to me, that's really it makes me
not fair.
It makes me really sad when I see situations like that.
Yeah, and we see those kind of situations every day. Like you mentioned something very true. I've seen it on my own, where I've seen homeless, people, and I feel bad. I really do feel bad. And like you said, the pets are so loyal to their owner. So even if they're they don't have a home. Their home is to be with their owner. And I do see that. And when I see that, I sometimes do want to cry. I could just imagine. And not to say that I love pets, but I think that that's why I want to interview you, because I know that you're beyond loving pets. Like you really feel them. Like you have some kind of a special connection.
I feel like they're kids. To me, they're kids.
Yeah.
So to some people, they're like animals. They have legs. They don't have feelings. But to me, they're like kids because I feel like they have feelings, like a human being.
Yeah. And then I think that what it's most of it, it's you have that connection, that you really have that connection, because what I've seen.
I have that connection because, I'm popular with the dogs.
That's what I was going to say.
Where I live, at one point we had like three dogs. And then every time I come home, they all fight for me that, they want me to pet them.
Yes.
One is, so I think I'm very popular with animals, especially with dogs, because I think they feel that I love them. I truly love them. They sense that I truly love them. So I tell my family, oh, look, I'm very popular with dogs. They even fight for me because they want me to pet them. They want to be close to me, so I have a connection with them, and I think they feel that connection.
Yeah, I think they're very sensitive to when it comes to that feelings, because what I've seen, that is true. Since I've known you, is like all the pets love you. Like they really look for you. Like, like all of them.
Even the cats.
Yes.
The cats, they want to be next to me, the dogs,
Yeah.
So I think they feel, my true love for them.
Yes, of course. So and that's so interesting that you say true love for them, because what I've also seen is that sometimes dogs, mostly dogs, are the ones that actually you can, they come to a home or something, and then they want to be aggressive to certain people. You know what I mean? Like even some strangers, they're fine, but then when they see someone, it's like something like they sense something with a person, because they try to attack them, or they feel like protective of their owner. Isn't that weird? That happens? What do you think about that? What do you think that is happening in the pet's mind when?
Because I think that they're sensing that this person doesn't really like animals, and they have like I think
sixth sense.
They have like a sixth sense. And dogs know when people really loves them and really truly wants to take care of them, and I think they can sense when somebody doesn't really like animals, doesn't really like dogs. They can sense that. Yes. So I think that's the reason, sometimes, animals, when they get close to somebody that they can sense they're not good, they just, they don't want to get close to them, or if they want to pet them, they growl at them, like saying, don't touch me, because if you do, I'm gonna bite you.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's so true. That's so true. That's why it's going to be a very short interview. And I really wanted to take the time to have this chat with you, because I think from a lot of people that I've known, I think that you're just that special human being that really has that quality of sensing. I know that there's a lot of humans that love pets and treat them like kids and everything. But you having a pet, you've gone through a process of having a pet, and you mentioned about not having kids, so I think we've had that ability to even offer more to your pet, just having that nurturing of, being able to offer your pet more that love that perhaps.
I think probably I have more love for dogs, because probably I didn't have kids, and that's the reason, I treat them more like babies. When the last dog that I had, I used to take her to get groomed, or at home, I used to shower her, I used to clean, her butt when, she had diarrhea or whatever, and she knew that I love her very much.
Wow.
And I will buy her, clothes, I would treat her like a little kid.
Yeah.
Basically.
So I'm curious.
That's the reason, it could be because I don't have kids, and to me, she was like my baby.
Yeah. So I know this story from my ancestors, especially from my great-great-grandma, that one time she mentioned about that supposedly when you die, your soul, that, if whomever in the world you had an animal or a pet, especially a dog, that they would be able to somehow in the other world, and, this is just a, story, that that pet would actually be waiting for you to cross this river, and they would not leave you, right? Because they would be like very grateful that, in life, you took care of them. So in that case, I honestly believe that if that is, I mean, like, to me, everything is possible. If that were to be it, I would think that you had like a whole bridge of pets waiting for you to cross that river. I honestly do think so. And I think about it, and it just gives me like a lot of joy and a lot of, tear. And I love you so much. I love you because you are a very special person to me. And, obviously, I know that you love me too. But just to kind of finalize this video, so you love pets and so forth. Did you ever think of perhaps becoming a veterinarian or working at a shelter just for that reason, because you had that love? Or
no, not really. I never thought of that. But I think I said, if I die, and if I do, hopefully I go to heaven. I said, if there's a place that there's dogs and animals to be taken care of, probably I'll end up taking care of dogs up in heaven. If there is, that's what I think. But I never really thought of being a vet or a groomer. No, but sometimes that crosses my mind now. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just, that's something that comes in my mind sometimes.
Yeah.
Like if there is in heaven, if I do go to heaven, if there is a place,
there's a dog and cat kingdom.
There's a cat, or there's cats and dogs there that they need to take care of. Probably, I'll end up there because I love cats and animals. I love animals.
Yeah, that's a beauty. That's so beautiful.
That's just me. That's just my imagination.
No. I mean, it could be. It's either imagination or it could be. We don't know what's going to be out there. We don't know. But I truly believe that. I truly believe in souls. I believe in good spirits. I believe in all that. I believe that when we leave this world, obviously we're going to keep living somehow in another dimension, right?
Somewhere.
We don't know. But at the end, I truly believe, once again, I truly believe that you will have a whole kingdom of pets waiting for you, cheering you and say, yay,
there is
she's here.
Something like that, but you never know. I'm just, that's just my imagination. That's it.
No, and I think that's a very beautiful thought. And I believe that, it is. I actually do believe that something like that is out there, especially because they are human. They have souls, they have feelings. And, I know everyone has, and in this video, everyone has their own true beliefs, their respect, religion, and whatever I truly believe in respecting all that part. But it's always good to have some kind of feeling, faith, hope, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's a very beautiful feeling and hope, and looking forward to it. And I honestly, not very like you, that are very love with pets and so forth, pet friendly. But at the same time, I do believe that there is a heaven, that, there's going to be a lot of pets. And like my grandma, there's going to be a whole bridge of pets, waiting for you so they can cross cross you that river. But anyways, it's so great. Thank you so much for having this little interview. I don't know if you would like to share some final.
Thank you for inviting me. This was very interesting topic for me, and I appreciate you considering me for this little chat about pets. And yes. Have a great day and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thank you. And as you see, my special guest, Shy Camera Shy. But as you saw, it has a lot of value on what she explained. It just gave me so much a better perspective. I do have to be very honest and know that after I have this interview with you, and now I really have a different perspective when it comes to pets. I have so much respect for them. And by the way, I have a cat, and then she actually sent me a video of the cats and what they do in this world. And I have so much respect for cats too. And it's just so beautiful. I just think they're very beautiful beings, that they have been created for us so we can love them. We can take care of them. Right.
And we won't be lonely.
And we won't be lonely for sure. That's a fact. Yes, definitely. It's always good to have a pet, especially when you're by yourself. In this case, I have one cat. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining this video. I hope everyone keeps believing and has that good heart for our pets. Always try to protect them, and somehow we're able to contribute and stopping any type of violence towards animals. You know, I think we should cruelty on animals. You know, this is the time we're here. We can take care of them. And nothing else to say that, you know, thank you so much for watching this video. God bless you. And let's make it happen. Let's make a better world in this world. Okay, thank you. And see you in the next video.